Okay, so like we did on Tuesday, it's actually the same groups of people. So if you are in my group, then you would just stay on this Google Meet and stay with me, and we'll do the questions together. And if you're in Mr. Turner's group, then you will log out of our Google Meet, open up a new one, and the code is Turner. Do you have yours open, Mr. Turner? Okay.
Should I go to Mr. Turner's again since it was there last time?
Let's see, how many people? So we have 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay,
No,
bye.
I think you could stay here this time down because there's 5 people that are here that are already in Mr. Turner's group. So yeah, stay here for this one. But there's your groups again. So I got a few of you guys hopping over there, it looks like. Looking good. Yoshi, Alani, you guys behind that group, the screen there, hop on over to Mr. Turner's group. There goes Yoshi. Cool. And then Mr. Turner, anybody else that hops in, I'll just keep them for today.
Okay. Okay.
You getting some people over there?
Yeah, I've got a couple so far.
Cool. Awesome. I think we're pretty good. Okay. We'll just go with that. Okay, I think we're good. Y'all good over there, Mr. Turner?
We're good.
Okay. I think that's all we're gonna get for today. So.
Good morning, guys.
Okay. So we in our group we're gonna listen to the story again really quick. You guys hear me all right? Hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Good. Okay. So we are working on The Girl Who Gets Gifts from Birds. We're gonna re-listen to it really quick. It's not super long. And then the new assignment is the text questions. So just like the other day, we have 10 questions that we will go through together about the story. Sound good? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get it opened up because I don't have the story open yet.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to start presenting to you what we're going to work on today. I'll definitely ask you guys for input and go answer the questions. And we'll try to work through this, get you knocked out.
All right, I'm going to try and skip over the beginning part. I think it started around a minute so that we're just listening to the story. I don't know how loud it's going to be for you guys, so maybe turn your volume down just in case it's really loud. And I'm going to get going here in 3, 2, 1.
And clicks the lid open. This is her most precious girl who gets gifts from birds by Katie Sewell.
There we go.
8-year-old Gabby Mann sets a bead storage container on the dining room table and clicks the lid open. This is her most precious collection. You may take a few close looks, she says, but don't touch. It's a warning she's most likely practiced on her younger brother. She laughs after saying it, though. She is happy for the audience. Inside the box are rows of small objects in clear plastic bags. One label reads, Black Table by Feeder, 2:30 p.m., November 9th, 2014. Inside is a broken light bulb. Another bag contains small pieces of brown glass, worn smooth by the sea. Beer-colored glass, as Gabby describes it. Each item is individually wrapped and categorized. Gabby pulls a black zip out of a labeled bag and holds it up. We keep it in as good condition as we can, she says, before explaining this object is one of her favorites. There's a miniature silver ball, a black button, a blue paper clip, a yellow bead, a faded black piece of foam, a blue Lego piece, and the list goes on. Many of them are scuffed and dirty. It is an odd assortment of objects for a little girl to treasure, but to Gabby, these things are more valuable than gold. She didn't gather this collection. Each item was a gift given to her by crows. She holds up a pearl-colored heart. It is her most prized present. It's showing me how much they love me. Gabby's relationship with the neighborhood crows began accidentally in 2011. She was 4 years old and prone to dropping food. She'd get out of the car, and a chicken nugget would tumble off her lap. A crow would rush in to recover it. Soon the crows were watching for her, hoping for another bite. As she got older, she rewarded their attention by sharing her packed lunch on the way to the bus stop. Her brother joined in. Soon, crows were lining up in the afternoon to greet Gabby's bus, hoping for another feeding session. Gabby's mother, Lisa, didn't mind that crows consumed most of the school lunches she packed. I like that they love the animals and are willing to share, she said, while admitting she never noticed crows until her daughter took an interest in them. It was a kind of transformation. I never thought about birds. In 2013, Gabby and Lisa started offering food as a daily ritual, rather than dropping scraps from time to time. Each morning, they fill the backyard bird bath with fresh water and cover bird feeder platforms with peanuts. Gabby throws handfuls of dog food into the grass. As they work, crows assemble on the telephone lines, calling loudly to them. It was after they adopted this routine that the gifts started appearing. The crows would clear the feeder of peanuts and leave shiny trinkets on the empty tray. An earring, a hinge, a polished rock. There wasn't a pattern. Gifts showed up sporadically, anything shiny and small enough to fit in a crow's mouth. One time, it was a tiny piece of metal with the word best printed on it. I don't know if they still have the part that says friend, Gabby laughs, amused by the thought of a crow wearing a matching necklace. When you see Gabby's collection, it's hard not to wish for gift-giving crows of your own. If you want to form a bond with a crow, be consistent in rewarding them, advises John Marsluff, professor of wildlife science at the University of Washington. He specializes in birds, particularly crows and ravens. What food is best? A few peanuts in the shell, he says. It's a high-energy food, and it makes noise when you throw it on the ground, so they hear it and they quickly habituate to your routine. Marsluff and his colleague, Mark Miller, did a study of crows and the people who feed them. They found that crows and people form a very personal relationship. There's definitely a two-way communication going on there, Marsluff says. They understand each other's signals. The birds communicate by how they fly, how close they walk, and where they sit. The human learns their language, and the crows learn their feeders' patterns and posture. They start to know and trust each other. Sometimes a crow leaves a gift. But crow gifts are not guaranteed. I can't say they always will give presents, Marsluff admits, having never received any gifts personally. But I have seen an awful lot of things crows have brought people. Not all crows deliver shiny objects either. Sometimes they give the kind of presents they would give to their mate, says Marsluff. Courtship feeding, for example. So some people, their presents are dead baby birds that the crow brings in. Gabby has been given some icky objects. Her mother threw out a rotting crab claw, for example. Gabby points out a heavily rusted screw she prefers not to touch. It's labeled third favorite. Asking her why an untouchable object is in the favorites, she answers, "You don't see a crow carrying around a screw that much, unless it's trying to build its house." Lisa, Gabby's mom, regularly photographs the crows and charts their behavior and interactions. Her most amazing gift came just a few weeks ago, when she lost a lens cap in a nearby alley. while photographing a bald eagle as it circled over the neighborhood. She didn't even have to look for it. It was sitting on the edge of the bird bath. Had the crows returned it? Lisa logged onto her computer and pulled up their bird cam. There was the crow she suspected. You can see it bringing it into the yard, walks it to the bird bath, and actually spends time rinsing this lens cap. I'm sure that it was intentional. She smiles. They watch us all the time. I'm sure they knew I dropped it. I'm sure they decided they wanted to return it.
Okay. So that is the story. One second, I'm getting a call. Okay, sorry. So let's go ahead and look at the text questions. So in Google Classroom, you have the assignment that's called The Girl Who Gets Gifts from Birds text questions. And when you open that one up, you get this. Right?
Are there 10 questions?
Where we'll have 5 about what the story was about. So the comprehension and making sure you understood the story. And then on the second page, there's 5 questions about analyzing the story and the people and the crows and all of that stuff. Okay. So I'll give you a minute to get there, and then we will be working.
I already started on the number 1. I finished that one.
Good. Awesome.
Okay, maybe I'll get that last done here in just a second. So we'll go ahead and take a look at number 3, and then I'll slow down.
Alrighty. So go ahead and get that one opened up.
If crows give during courtship. Did you like him? Okay, awesome, thank you. So now we're on number 3. We'll take a look at your story and see what.
Okay. So let's start with number 1. I do want you guys to write these incomplete sentences. So I'll do like little bullet points of what we talk about, but I'd like you guys to write them in complete sentences. Okay. So number 1 says, how did Gabby start giving food to crows? How did that all start?
By her dropping food out of the car.
Good. She dropped food. So was it on purpose?
He dropped a chicken nugget.
Yeah, it was a chicken nugget, yep. Was it on purpose?
No.
Sorry, not on purpose. Good, yeah, just not on purpose, dropping food out of the car. All right, if you want to add more details, you totally can. But make sure you write those into complete sentences.
So some people, their presents are dead baby birds with the crow brings. That's kind of gross, huh? And then on the very next line, it gives us another example.
Morning, Gabriel. We're working on the text questions for the story that we read yesterday, The Girl Who Gets Gifts from Birds. So in Google Classroom, oh, that's not Google. In Google Classroom, it's this assignment that under ELA. And we just did number 1. It's the only one we've done. Okay.
Such as Daisy Bird and
Perfect. Okay. Let's look at number 2. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Number 2 says, at what point did the crows start giving Gabby and Lisa gifts? So when did the crows start returning these gifts?
When they threw dog food into the grass.
Good. So they started setting stuff up in their yard, right? Okay, I can't spell today. So they set up food in their yard. So they did some dog food. What else did they throw around their yard?
Peanuts.
Peanuts, good. So after they set up their food, that's when they started getting things in return, right? Oops. Oh my gosh. Oh well. So they're setting up food in the yard, and then the gifts start appearing. Morning, Juliana. We're working on the text questions for the story that we read yesterday. So it's a new assignment in Google Classroom, and we're only on number 2. So this assignment, and we're on number 2. I'll give you guys a minute to type that one out.
Okay. And because they're using the word amazing there, do you guys want to go with that one? I found things where like they had brought her a little piece of metal that said death, and she was thinking that maybe the crow kept the part that said sign, so they were kind of like BFFs or whatever. But with that, with the camera lens cover thing, I mean, it definitely says that was the most amazing gift. So how about we go with that one?
All right. Ready for number 3?
So the lens cap for the camera.
I'm ready for number 3.
I'll leave it about here so you guys can still see 1 and 2. Number 3 says, what is an example of the kind of gifts that crows give during courtship? That's
Small things that are like that can fit in their mouth, like
that is true.
big little Legos and stuff.
But if you go back and read paragraph 22, they talk specifically about courtship. And courtship is like when they're trying to like get into like a relationship, like basically. So they're trying to get one of the other crows to like them. So if you go back and read paragraph 22, it gives a specific example about what they give during courtship.
Like I said, you guys don't have to type exactly what I typed. You can use your own words or plug in extra details if you want to. For number 3, we got gifts of food such as dead baby birds and rotting crab claws. And of course, for number 4, we've got a lens cover for the camera that leads.
I'm getting into the Savas Relays.
Okay, no worries. Keep looking for it. Paragraph 22 is where you'll find the answer to number 3.
Okay. If anybody needs more time, or if I change it while you're still working on it, let me know. I can back up to you.
Morning, Sharon. We're working on wrong one.
Number 5.
Still the wrong one. In Google Classroom, we have a new assignment called The Girl Who Gets Gifts from Birds text questions. That is what we're working on. We're on number 3 for that one. You want to get that pulled up. Anybody find the answer to number 3? What do crows give during courtship?
I answered number 3.
What'd you get? What do they give during courtship?
Dead baby birds.
Dead baby birds, which is kind of sad, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Remember, I'm not typing complete sentences, but I'd like you guys to have these in complete sentences, please.
I'm stuck on 4.
We're going to work on it.
I know. Which is why I'm waiting.
Yep, that's fine. Okay, I'll give you a minute to get this one typed out into a complete sentence. If I'm going too fast, just let me know. I can slow down. Or you can always go back and rewatch this later. I'll post it on Schoology. Morning, Maudie. We're working on our new ELA assignment. It's called the
My
text question.
computer isn't turning on again, so I'm on an electronic.
Okay. If you want to just listen in and then you can work on them later, that's fine too.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit and look at number 4. This one says, "What is the most amazing thing the crows brought the Mann family?" So they brought them a lot of things. So what do they say in the story is the most amazing gift that they got from the crows?
The lens cap, I think.
I think you're right too. At the very end, they talk about the lens cap. That is it Lisa? That's her mom's name?
Yep.
Good. So Gabby's mom, Lisa, is out taking pictures of bald eagles, and she loses her lens cap for her camera. And the birds brought it back to her. like washed it off in the bird bath and everything, which is pretty cool. So that's what they say is the most amazing gift.
How many sentences on our summary that we write?
Let's do 3 to 5 sentences. Okay, so how about I just give you guys a couple minutes and then you guys can do number 5. Number 5 is a summary. So.
Can I copy and paste from the one I wrote yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So for number 5, it just asks you to write a summary. So 3 to 5 sentences that tells me what that news article was about. So putting it into your own words. Yesterday in our assignment for the first read chart, one of those boxes you're supposed to write a summary. So if you've already written that summary, you can just copy and paste it. Okay. So you guys can go ahead and take, let's do about 4 minutes to go ahead and get that summary done. If you are done already, just sit tight.
When I tried copy and pasting on there, it just brought up this link to something.
Oh, copy and pasting might not work then. You might just have to click back and forth to rewrite it. Alright, so I'll give you guys a couple minutes to work on that summary.
Okay, so everybody's done with 4 and 5, right? We can keep moving. Okay.
I just had to cut the link from it, and then I could copy and paste it, and that's what I did.
Oh, that's good. Okay, I'm glad it worked.
Because it showed this, like, box there, and I accidentally left my mouse on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then for some reason, it just put it there, and it showed all those links and stuff that I could click and stuff.
Page 2 now.
Sometimes technology does weird things, and I don't understand it.
Analyze, how does the author support the idea that the objects left by the crows are actually gifts for Gabby and Lisa? So how do we know that they're not just things that fell out of the sky or that the crows just dropped accidentally? Is there anything that shows us?
Alright, good. It's looking like you guys are working on those. Keep going.
I'm gonna have to go back to the first part of the story. Maybe in paragraph 14, it says the crows would clear the feeder of peanuts and leave shiny trinkets on an empty tray, an earring, a hinge, a polished rock. So they weren't just randomly like leaving junk laying around in people's yards. They were actually taking them back to the same tray that Gabby and her mom had put the food on. So once the crows ate all
I don't know why, but for some reason I feel like I've already done this.
The summary?
Mhm.
You did. We wrote a summary of it yesterday.
No, I mean like on this page.
I don't know. I mean,
No,
we did, on Tuesday, we did very, very similar questions just for a different story.
I know, but I feel like I've already like typed down the things that I'm gonna type down.
I don't know. I don't have an answer for you.
I think it's deja vu.
It might be. Alright, it's looking like a lot of you guys are finishing that up. Are we ready to go on to our second page there?
Mm-mm.
No, I need another minute?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you about 2 more minutes just to finish up this page.
In the same spot, it is an indicator. How could we work it out? crows left their gifts on the empty tray. Let me just look here. The same tray that Gabby and her mom had used to leave food for the crows. Get rid of the rest. Okay, so question one is analyze how does the object support the idea that the objects left by the crows were actually gifts for Gabby and Andrew. So we want to somehow verify that it wasn't just random junk that was falling out of the sky. We put down that the crows left their gifts on an empty tray, same tray that Gabby and her mom had used to leave food for the crows.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and look at our next one here. So just like we did on Tuesday, there's not just 5 questions. There's a second page that has 5 more questions. So you got to make sure you scroll down to that second page. Last time we did assignments like this, a lot of you guys missed the second page because you just didn't scroll far enough. So make sure you go to that second page, please. And
They probably thought, oh, look, the scroll barely can go farther. I'm just going to leave it.
yeah, or they just didn't realize it. That's why on this one I put highlighted, make sure you complete.
It was on the other one too.
Yeah, I made it nice and big there. Alrighty, so number 1 here says, analyze. How does the author support the idea that the objects left by the crows are actually gifts for Gabby and Lisa? So how do we know that these are gifts for them, not just like random things in their yard? You can go back to the story if you need to.
Because the crows brought them. They had a crow cam and they could see that the crows brought them to them.
Okay, so they had a camera that showed the crows bringing them. Where would the crows put them specifically? Did they put them in a specific spot?
Yes, they put them on the bird bath.
Good. Yeah, it showed the crows, they came and they would eat all the peanuts and the dog food out of the bird bath, and then they would later bring the gifts and put them directly into the bird bath. So it's almost like an offering, right? So the camera showed that the crows were bringing gifts to the bird bath. Good. Awesome. I'll give you a minute to type that one out. Remember, try and use complete sentences. I'm not really writing complete sentences, so I'd like you to reword it however you need to for that complete sentence. And if you need to, if I'm going too quick, you can write down what I wrote and then just go back and make them complete sentences for yourself later, if that's helpful for you. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and look at number 2. So generalize, which just means thinking about it overall. How do people and crows communicate with each other?
So people gave food to the crows, and the crows thought, oh, they're giving me food. Why don't I give something to them in return?
Good. So people give gifts to crows.
Yeah.
Crows give gifts in return. It's almost like a sense of gratitude. Have you guys heard that word? Gratitude?
Yeah.
Yes, I know what it is. It means you're grateful.
Good. It means you're grateful for something. So the people are giving food to crows, and these crows are grateful for it, so they give them a gift in return. Let's see. Lottie said something. Let me look at it. Okay, that sounds good, Madi. Yeah, you can always watch this video and go back to it later. Totally fine with me. All right, I'll give you a minute to type this one out. Try to do complete sentences. Please and thank you.
And that's what it says, and she's it's kind of cool that the kids are giving all their lunches to the crows, because it's also teaching the kids to love animals and to share with them. So that's absolutely a good answer. You guys want to kind of bend that into your own words, or you can copy mine a little bit? I gotta figure out how to phrase that. Okay.
All right, awesome. Looks like you guys are doing good. Let's go ahead and look at number 3 then. Okay. There's 2 parts for number 3. Part A asks, how does Gabby's mother feel about the crows? So
She feels good because she realizes that her kids are willing to share their food and with the crows.
she feels good. So she realizes her kids share the food and care about the crows. Good. I wonder if at first she was a little bit like, whoa, wait, don't feed the crows. There's going to be birds all over the place.
In some ways, I think it's Lisa.
There's a guy that lives, so I live in like a row of townhomes. So there's like, they share the same wall, right? So almost like apartments, but it's my own place. So it's like, I live here on this end of a row of townhomes, and then on the very other end, there's a guy that lives, and he feeds all the stray cats in the neighborhood. So there's always a lot of cats around my house. I don't think my dog likes it very much, but there's a lot of stray cats around.
Are the cats nice?
They are. I mean, I haven't ever tried to pet one. My only worry is that they're always in the parking lot of our like complex, and I don't want to hit a cat. That would make me really sad when I'm driving. But I'm hopeful that I won't ever.
One time we had a neighborhood cat. We named it Marbles,
That's cool.
but it died.
Oh, that's not good.
There's this cat that runs around like everywhere where I live at.
Mhm.
Like he'll run around the whole thing. Like he just is everywhere.
Yep. Yeah, this story kind of reminds me of that guy who feeds the cats in my neighborhood. He's a really nice guy. His name is Mike. But let's go ahead and look at part B. It says, how do her changing feelings about birds show her daughter's influence on her? So does her daughter feeding these birds, the crows, influence her in any way? Change her mind about anything or anything like that?
It might change her mind that like of sharing and caring about other things instead of just about if she does feel like she only cares about herself.
Okay.
Like it might just be like helpful to her for sharing and stuff.
Okay, so maybe it changes her mind about sharing and caring for some different types of animals that aren't just cats and dogs, right? A lot of people have the thought process of cats and dogs are pets, everything else is not. So maybe it gives her a different perspective on some animals. Any other ideas that we can put on that one?
I can't think of anything else for that one.
Okay, that's fine. I think we're doing pretty good on this one.
You guys are smoking this morning, we only got 2 left. One more.
All right. Give you a second to finish typing that out. Then we got 2 more questions left.
And while we're with the finish up number 3, I'll go ahead and give you number 4, and we can kind of start thinking about it, talk about it. Number 4 says make judgments. Do the crows understand what people want? Justify your position. this? Do you think the crows really understand what people are doing or what people want, or do you think it's just completely by chance?
You guys are doing awesome. I can see you guys typing all this stuff out. Killing it this morning.
Some pretty crazy things with crows.
Okay. Let's look at number 4. It says, make judgments. Do the crows understand what people want? Justify your position. So do you think that these crows understand what people want or need?
Sometimes when that driver was off, the crows would still follow that bus.
Yeah.
Yeah? Why do you think that? So justify your position means explain. So why do you think
I think the crows know what Gabby needs because because she just is being nice to them, so the crows probably think she needs someone to be nice to her, maybe.
Okay. So you have the thought, why is it bold? Okay, so I'm gonna not bold it. So Dallin has a thought of yes, the crows know that Gabby is nice and they're nice in return. Oops. Okay, and then what if you have the idea of no, the crows don't get what people want? How could we justify that? They don't understand what we want.
They just give her random things.
Good, yeah. They give her things that she doesn't really need. So there's two sides to this, right? Yes, the crows know that Gabby is awesome and they're giving her things in return. And then there's the other side of no, they're giving her things, but she doesn't need or really want these things. Okay?
Do we put both of them?
No, you can put the one that you agree with and explain
Okay.
it more if you want to. Okay, so choose one of like, yes, they know what we want, or you can choose no, they don't know what we want, and then just explain yourself. So
Is
there's
this
both
for a
sides.
grade, or is it for a grade though?
This one, number 4, when I grade it, is going to be based on the fact that you give me a yes and you tell me why, or you give me a no and you tell me why. So as long as you explain it, you'll get the point.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so my answer for that one, like I said, this is my answer. I'm going to agree with it. Definitely justify your own answer. But yeah, I think that the crows do understand people to an extent. I think the crows try to interact with people. They sit in trees. They try to talk to us.
I have another thing for yes.
Okay. What else you got for yes?
Yes, they know that she wants and likes what they give.
Okay. So Gabby also likes what they give her.
Okay, thank you.
And sometimes I kind of think that she doesn't care what they give her. I just think she thinks that I think she's just happy to be able to feed the crows or to be nice to them.
I
She
think you're right.
likes the thought that
Yeah,
they're
she
being
doesn't
nice.
care what they give her. She just likes knowing.
You put like knowing. She just like knowing.
She just likes knowing they
Care about her.
Yeah.
And they like the stuff that she's giving her.
Mm-hmm.
Giving them.
Good. So you've got 2 sides there, right? You could say yes, we know, or the crows understand us, or you can say no, they don't, and just make sure you explain yourself, and you'll get your points on that problem there.
Sometimes crows will fly like right outside the car, and you can see them looking at you through the window, and they'll tilt their head sideways. And it's almost like they're waiting for you to throw them a French fry or something out the window. So they don't always just sit up in trees and wait for people to drop things.
Okay, I'll give you a second just to finish up that one, and then we just have one question left. So it's a quick one today. Well, I guess it's not that quick. Still a little bit of a longer lesson, but not too difficult, right? Enjoying ourselves.
But that's just my opinion. If you guys don't agree, just tell me no, and tell me why not. And while you're working on that one,
I'm going to scroll down just a little bit so that we can see question 5.
How can people and animals relate to each other?
Oops.
What have you learned about animal allies by reading?
Okay, and then this question is asked on like every single one of our things. So how can people and animals relate to each other? So what have
By
we learned?
giving gifts to each other.
Okay, so gift giving is the way we can relate. Okay. What have you guys learned about animal allies or animal friends from this story?
For each other.
Crows are smart.
Crows are smart. Good. Anything else that we've learned from this story? Or any more ways that we can relate to animals?
Crows are smart.
We got that one.
No, no, not like that one. Like they understand human feelings. That type of smart.
Okay, so crows are smart and can understand human feelings. Okay, good. Anything else that we might have learned from this one?
I've had horses follow me around the corral or a pasture before because they want food.
At the beginning of the story, like it showed us that animals, like and dogs and cats, like we give them food and they pay us attention.
Okay, so there's that
And that was
relationship
like
of,
at the beginning of the story too.
okay,
She said that they paid her attention. They gave her attention.
so we have that kind of relationship with the animals that allows us to care for them so that they can care for us back, right?
Can I turn it in?
Yeah, once you guys are all done with the questions, when you have all 10 of them done, make sure they're all in complete sentences and you have explained yourself on these problems, right? Then you can get it all turned in.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a lot more time to.
Is this all we're doing today?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording so it's not super long.